Because what do people like to talk about and hear about more than anything else? Themselves. What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the Funky Brain Podcast. My name is Dennis. This is my funky brain. Actually, today I want to talk about funky business. And specifically, we're going to talk about digital marketing because for those that don't know, I'm in sales and marketing. That's my real life job, and which I love. I love business. I love studying business, learning about business from start to finish, how it's working, how it's not working. And if something's not working, then why is that? What's going on? So I love learning about all that stuff. But mostly I love marketing. And so since I'm in that business, people ask me all the time about digital marketing. And so what I decided to do is do this video on 8 digital marketing tips to set you up for success. Now, this is my disclaimer, right? Is first of all, there's no way to get every single thing that you need to do into this video. These are just tips to keep you engaged, to keep you going. What I'll do is I'm going to make a video series on business and digital marketing that will get deeper into detail, but I want you to get informed here. These 8 tips, if you are at least doing these or working on these, you will get better results than you're getting right now. Again, no way to get it in here, but let's give it a whack, okay? So, first of all, I want you to understand that this is a marathon. It is not a sprint. So this isn't even one of my 8 tips. I just want you to realize this is a long-term proposition. When I talk to businesses, they're like, well, I need 100,000 followers and likes and comments, and I need all this kinds of business. And that's just not how it works. And that's why a lot of people think that digital marketing or social media or SEO, whatever it is that you're talking about in the digital marketing space, people get disappointed and they don't think it works because they don't see results right away. They'll sign up for the services and they'll be excited to get going. And 3 weeks later, they're like, well, I haven't seen an increase in sales. Well, you're not going to. It just doesn't work like that. There are ways to get things done faster. But if you want to build a solid foundation in the digital world and or in the business world at all, it takes time. People need to learn about you. They need to get to know you, your product, your service, your company, whatever. And then things start to work. But it takes time. So I'm going to explain that a little bit more. There's always that 1%, just like in real life, that, celebrities, musicians, they could put up a post and by the end of the day, they have 50 million likes or followers or whatever it is. But that's not going to happen. So, and again, it could happen. Maybe you'll fall into that 1%. You have to be in it to win it. So put things up there, do the right things like I'm about to tell you here. And then maybe you'll start getting that kind of engagement. But I would say have realistic expectations. You have to set the right expectations for yourself and for others. And then maybe you can get some of those results. Okay? Does that make sense? Again, there's so much information out there that there's no way I'm going to get it all in here, but I want you guys to understand some cool stuff. First of all, number 1, know your customer, know your demographic. Okay? So you cannot successfully market to every single person out there and you don't know where they are. You have to find out where your customers are and stick to that space. Don't try to be everything to every single person. It's not going to work. An example, Pinterest. There's 300 million unique visitors to Pinterest every single month. If you're a lawyer, you're probably not going to want to post posts about litigation and about courtroom stuff that's going on and the latest laws on the books or the Supreme Court cases on Pinterest. Because out of those 300 million unique visitors on Pinterest every month, most of them are women looking for fashion, looking for fitness and food and recipes and how to take care of your family and decorate the house. It's not the right place for you to market. I would say for you, you want to stick to LinkedIn and Facebook. Now, some of your clients or customers might come from Pinterest, whether it's a lawsuit or whatever kind of law you practice, but it's not the primary focus for your business. Know where your customers are coming from and go there and focus your efforts in that space. Now, if you're a boutique, focus on women's clothing, post on Pinterest, right? LinkedIn's probably not the best outlet for you. So vice versa, right? So pay attention to where your customers are and go there and then crush it. Okay. And let's say you're setting up, you have Pinterest, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, you have all these things going on and you're not getting engagement on one, even though you're working on them all. Stop going there. Stop wasting your time. Work smarter, not harder. If nobody's there and it's not working, stop doing it. Go to what is working and stay there. That's where you're going to get the best engagement, which is ultimately what you want out of this. Ultimately, you want sales, right? Tip number 2, focus on one or 2 or 3, not all of them. Focus on one or a couple and crush it, okay? There are at least 100 or hundreds of social media networks popping up that all want to be the next Facebook. That's going to be worth $100 billion. Okay. That's awesome. I love seeing people try to do stuff like that and build. I'm an entrepreneur. I have that spirit. I want to see people do that stuff. That's where Zuckerberg came from in the first place. He went out and tried something and it worked. Okay. So that's cool, but there's no way that you can effectively post on dozens of social media networks and have it be effective and get the engagement that you're after. That's going to turn into dollars for you. It's just not going to work. So you don't even have time probably to do 1 post, 2 posts a day, let alone maybe 3 or 4 a week. How are you going to focus on doing like a dozen or 2 dozen different social media networks to expand your reach? It's just not going to work. Okay. So I would say pick 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 social media networks and crush it. Do them. Find out how they work. Dig deep into them. I'll do a video on how a lot of them work. And then you'll understand, and then you can go after it and do it. Now, if you have a staff or you hired a agency to do these things for you, awesome. Then go after, a dozen of them or whatever that you're paying them to do. That's great. But if you're going to do this yourself, you're going to go crazy and they're not going to be effective posts. You're not going to get the engagement you want. You're going to get frustrated and then you're going to quit. And then you're going to say it sucks. But it doesn't suck. You weren't doing it the right way. Okay. The next thing, number 3, build relationships. Who do people buy from? They buy from who they know, like, and trust. When you go to a party, I want you to understand what social media is, okay? Social media is not put up a picture and have 1 million followers and sell an extra $1 million worth of stuff next week. It's just not how it works, okay? So you want to build relationships with people. Think about this. So if you go to a networking event or a party or even a bar, wherever you go, how many friends do you make? How many real connections do you make? 1, 2, maybe 5. I mean, even if you go someplace where there's hundreds of people, how many real connections do you make? I'm not talking about your stack of business cards. Connections where you got to talk to somebody and learn a little bit about them. And you're in person. So I live in Colorado. If I go to a networking event or to a party, wherever, I'm in Colorado. I'm meeting people that are in Colorado. And the cool thing about the internet and social media is that basically what this is it's like a social media party. Okay. I'm going to this party every day. I can go to this party and I can meet people not just in Colorado or wherever you live. I can build relationships and make friends with people in China and Africa and Russia and Japan and Germany or wherever, right? But it takes time to build that relationship. So I'm going to maybe get 1 or 2 solid connections each day. And this leads me in to number 4, and it's engage with their content. Okay. Don't wait for them to come and like your picture. Oh, I put this nice picture up. Look at it. It's the sunset going down and there was a bird flying in there. And why didn't 1 million people come like my picture? You have to do the work here. That's what I'm talking about. Engage with their stuff. I want you to find somebody that you're interested in connecting with, whatever network it's on. Look at their stuff. Look at their pictures, their posts, their videos. Video is so important. I'll get to that in a second. But look at their stuff and go in and read it and listen to their video and comment on it. And if you say something, if you just say, I want to connect with you, you may or may not connect with them. But if you go into their video and watch their like 3-minute video on something, say, wow, that was really useful. Thank you for taking the time to post that. I was working on this today and that really helped me get to my goal. So thank you for your help. And they're going to be honored and tickled pink that you took the time to do that and write a comment. And now you just built a friendship. You just built a relationship for life. So when the time comes where they need your product or service or your crap, whatever it is, you're going to be top of mind because you have that relationship. You understand? It's the same thing. Like if I go to a networking group, I go to this group, and being in the group isn't where I go and sell my stuff. It's where I build relationships. So when they go out in the world and their friends, sisters, aunts, brothers, uncles, roommate needs marketing, then they're like, Dennis, I know Dennis. He's awesome. I trust him because I have this relationship. It's the same thing on social media. You're building relationships. So if you can build 1 or 2 or even up to 5 a day, if you can really connect with like 5 people in a day, that's huge. That's like somewhere between 50 and 100 or more real connections per month. If there's 30 days in a month. So start doing that. Start posting on other people's posts and connecting with them and complimenting them on what they're doing. Because what do people like to talk about and hear about more than anything else? Themselves. See where they went to school. See what their kids are doing. Stalk them a little bit and comment on that stuff. Something personal that says, wow, you took the effort to learn about me. Now I know, like, and trust you, and we could do business together. So that's how that stuff works. Engage with their content. So number 5, mix it up. Okay, so if you have your social media network and you have your 1,000 followers or whatever it is that you have, don't just say, here's my stuff. I want to sell my stuff, my product or my service. I have a sale this week, or buy this or refer a friend and buy my stuff. Then it doesn't work. You could do that every now and then, but what you want to do is put up maybe one of those and then put up something educational. Tell them your best stuff. Tell them how to do their own books if you're an accountant. If you're marketing, tell them how to do marketing. If you are a real estate person, tell them how the market's going. Whatever it is, educate them. You want to educate them and inform them. So establish yourself as the authority in your field. Now they're going to trust you. Now you're not just trying to sell them stuff, you're educating them. And then put up a picture of the kids at the park or the nice sunset with the bird flying through the sun. Put those up too, so they know you're human. You want to mix it up. If you just keep hitting them with sales and buy my crap, you're not going to get the engagement you're after. In fact, you're probably going to have people like click off or stop following you. It's going to become ineffective and a waste of time, which at the end of the day, you don't have. Like, that's your most valuable asset is your time, right? Awesome. Moving on. Number 6, SEO. SEO, everybody knows what that means. It means search engine optimization. For those that don't, let me explain real quick. 20 years ago, there was this internet, 25 years ago. And Google came along and said, hey, there's this internet with these websites. We need to find a way for people to get around the internet. So they came up with the search engine. That's what Google is. It's a search engine. And so it used to be you type in a keyword, and that was search engine optimization. So these websites, you would just have to have keywords, maybe some pictures. Like I used to sell rare coins. So I would have coins, rare coins, pennies, nickels, dimes, collectible coins, currency, whatever it was. I would have those, and those were keywords. So when somebody was searching for a Morgan silver dollar, they would type that in and I would show up because I had keywords on my webpage. But now there's 10 billion websites. So Google had to change the way you show up on the homepage, because if you don't show up on the homepage, nobody sees you. There was a joke. Where do you hide a dead body? On page 2 of a Google search. Because nobody looks on page 2. You need to be on page 1. So Google has since changed the way that you show up on page 1 and has given everybody a chance. And I can't get into that right now, but I can explain it in another video if you want. Anyway, the point of all this is that SEO is a vital part of getting into and establishing a nice solid web presence on the internet, doing your digital marketing. So your website does need to be set up properly. It needs to be listed in all the major directories, and it needs to have all the little things that Google's looking for. It needs to have headers and subheaders. And it used to be you could just put those keywords up somewhere on the page. Now you need to have good grammatical content. It has to be educational and informative. Google's computers pick up on that stuff. It needs to be updated regularly. So you should have a blog on there and put blog posts up there. So SEO is vital. If you're not doing good SEO, search engine optimization, you're not going to get the best results. Now, most of that work comes on the front end. When you're setting up your new website or building your business, have it set up the right way and hire somebody to do it. If you don't have a technical mindset and you're going to try to do that yourself, you're going to go crazy. And at the end, you're still going to have a product that's not good enough. You're not going to get the results you want. So hire somebody to do that or have somebody teach you or whatever it is, and then keep it moving along. Okay, so I can't get into all the SEO stuff here right now, but I will moving forward. But for now, I say just try to get it done the right way and you'll get more results. But again, there's too much to talk about right here. Number 7, this is so important. Video. Remember, it used to be for where's the most important thing of your business is location. Still pretty important, although now there's the internet, so it's not the same business model, but it's still important. But videos. Everybody says, oh, look at that poor kid. He has ADD. We all have ADD. We all have way too much crap going on. We have too much to do on our to-do list and it never gets done and we feel like a failure. We just want to watch a video. If we have a question, we want to know, all right, what's the mortgage rate? Or how does this mortgage work? How do I do my accounting? How do I set up my SEO? Like, how do I post on Facebook? So people want to see videos. They don't want to read anything. I'm too busy to read. I want to watch like a video on how to do this stuff. Start making videos. I would say you hire somebody, you can have like a 1, 2, 3 minute commercial that's really well done. It's edited, maybe some music in the background, your logo in the corner, something really nice and professional that talks about who you are and what you offer. And then the rest of the time, take your phone and record videos, personal videos, and it shows people that you're human. And it establishes you as a real person, but also an authority. And people connect with that stuff. Put out a new video every day or every few days or something like that with your phone. Keep it under 60 seconds. If you want to post it on Instagram, it can't go over 60 seconds anyway. So keep it between 30 and 60 seconds and keep it short. People are going to tune into that stuff when they have a quick question that they need an answer to. Awesome. So number 8. And this is the last one, consistency. It's the same thing all the time. People talk about, I'm going to use the diet example once again. If anybody's listened to me talk, I use this frequently because it makes sense. People say, I went on that diet, it didn't work, but it did work. So you go on the diet, you do what it tells you to do. You eat less processed foods, you exercise more, you cut the sugar out, whatever it is that needs to happen in your diet. You drop 30 pounds and you're like, this is great. And you start eating crap again and you gain all your weight back. And then when you're talking to somebody, you're like, I tried that diet, it didn't work, but it did work. You stopped working it. You were not consistent. Same thing with digital marketing. Same thing with SEO. The same thing with social media. If you're going to post regularly. Whatever you start doing here, continue to do it. You have to be consistent to get the results or it's not going to work. That's why I have a job. That's why people hire marketing companies to do the things that they don't know how to do and or lose the zest for or just don't know how to keep up with the changing markets. So consistency is a big thing. So let's get into a recap here. Number 1 for my 8 tips for digital marketing today. Know your customer or your demographic, right? And focus on them. Number 2, focus on 1 or 2 or 3 or just a few different social media networks and crush it. Go after them and do it the right way. Number 3, build relationships. Number 4, engage with their content. Those two are kind of connected, right? When you go and you look at their stuff, you comment on their stuff, you like it, you give them props, you're building that relationship. They work in conjunction with each other. Number 5, mix it up. Don't just be trying to sell them your crap. Also engage with them like on a personal level, and then educate and inform them. You're going to build that trust with them, and then they're going to come to you when the time comes. SEO. Get your SEO done the right way. Yeah, whether you have to hire somebody or do the research yourself, there are SEO tools available. Like if you have a WordPress site, there's a plugin called Yoast, and Yoast will help you. If you put up a post, whether it's a blog post or a page on your website, Yoast will walk you through the whole process, and it'll tell you, oh, you need to have this header, and that you need to label this picture and have all these tags. So when people are looking on Google for you, you'll have the right verbiage there. So there are tools available to help you through it, but it's a learning curve. It takes time. All this stuff takes time. Okay. Number 7, videos. If you're not familiar with videos, start making videos. Find a way, learn how to make some videos. People will connect with you more than if you're just typing pictures. That's a thing of the past. Number 8, finally, consistency. Be consistent. Whatever it is you're doing, continue to do it and then learn how to do it better. And keep on it, and you're going to get the results you're after. Thanks for tuning into Funky Business. I'll make more videos about this little series here. And if you have questions, send me an email. I love to help. Have a great day today.